Learn more about Vietnam. This country has incredible natural highlights and cultural diversity. It is extremely popular and one of the most visited countries in Southeast Asia, and for good reason. You're going to agree with us that Vietnam is truly amazing. This country has delicious food, beautiful scenery, ancient ruins, temples, and scary tunnels. You have the opportunity of a lifetime to travel across Vietnam to the most magnificent cities and towns, including Hanoi, Halong Bay, Ho Chi Minh City, and more. Just avoid the monsoon season. Watch to the end of this video to find out all our picks for Vietnam. You're going to hear about some of the best spots to visit. Are you ready? First up, Halong Bay. The limestone seascape of Halong Bay is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The sea views are spellbinding. There are thousands of limestone islands on the Gulf of Tonkin. They have been eroded over millennia and they are now jagged peaks. There are caves in the bay open to tourists, including the Hang Dao Go, which has weird stalagmites and stalactites, and the Hang Sung Sot, which has 3 mammoth caverns. You get the best views of the bay from a boat. So this makes Halong Bay a prime cruising territory. An overnight tour is highly recommended to see Halong Bay's iconic views. Sounds amazing, doesn't it? Cu Chi Tunnels. Visiting the Cu Chi Tunnels is a fascinating experience. They stretch over 250 kilometers. Imagine that! This extensive tunnel network has historic importance in Vietnam's modern military history. They were used by the Communist Viet Cong troops to operate and communicate in the area of Ho Chi Minh City during the Vietnam War. The 2 short sections of these tunnels are open to visitors. A guide can take you down through narrow, unlit subterranean passages. When we mean narrow, we mean that you will be crawling on your hands and knees at some point. To get to the Cu Chi Tunnels, go to Ben Din Village or Ben Duoc Village. If you're claustrophobic, skip the Cu Chi Tunnels. You won't enjoy it at all. Hoi An. Hoi An has spectacular historic architecture. It is an atmospheric city with an authentic old town quarter. You can see ancient, well-preserved merchant houses that go all the way back to Hoi An's trading centre in the 15th century. Back then, this town was a meeting point for Chinese and Japanese merchants who came here for the local silks. Now, tourists have the opportunity to explore some of these merchant houses that have been opened to the public. This gives you an idea of what the merchants' lives were like all those years ago. Tan Ki House is from the 17th century and it has interspersing architectural and decorative elements. Check it out! Hoi An also has a beautiful Japanese bridge situated at the western end of Tran Pu Street. Then there's the 300-year-old Temple of Assembly Hall of the Fujian Chinese congregation in the Old Town. There are also museums and small pagodas all around the Old Town. The Old Town streets are obviously the main highlight of Hoi An because of all its ancient attractions. My Son. Are you interested in archaeological sites? Then My Son is for you. It is located near the Dui Pu village on the central coast of Vietnam. This ruined Cham-era temple dates to the 4th century. It is surrounded by lush, jungle-covered mountains. This heritage site used to be the center of Hinduism, where the kings of the Champa kingdom built temples to worship the god Shiva. It was still in use during the 7th to 10th centuries, but it fell into ruin in the 13th century. There used to be over 70 temples, but today there are only 20 temples left with their brick and sandstone blocks still intact. Each temple is uniquely decorated with carvings and sculptures of animals, gods, priests, and mythical battles, as well as inscriptions of Champa and Sanskrit. These temples have influences from different ancient empires, such as India and Malaysia. The site's most important monument was unfortunately destroyed by the US forces during the Vietnam War. Here at My Son, there is a museum on the site that you can visit. There are live Champa dance performances. There are also cafes, food vendors, and souvenir shops near the entrance. Apart from all of My Son's impressive history, you can enjoy exploring the jungle, lake, and hills, or you can hike or kayak. The easiest way to access My Son is from Hoi An. You can either join an organized tour group or travel here on a rented motorbike. Ho Chi Minh City. Ho Chi Minh City is a buzzing city. This commercial hub has streets jam-packed with cars, motorbikes, restaurants, and cafes. It's a cosmopolitan city catering to tourists from all over the globe. Shopaholics beware! Dong Khoi is the city centre. It is small and easily navigable. This is where the main sites are, including the HCMC Museum, which holds a great collection of artifacts. The grand 19th century Notre Dame Cathedral is just as impressive. The Jade Emperor Pagoda is dazzling with its array of Taoist and Buddhist religious iconography. The old district of Da Cao has some of the best preserved examples of French colonial architecture. Tourists also love going to the Reunification Palace in Nguyen Thi Minh Khai Street. This palace used to be known as the Independence Palace, and it was the home of South Vietnam's president. North Vietnam's tanks had parked here on 30th of April 1975 when the war finally ended. The Reunification Palace has 1960s furniture, taking visitors back in time. Mui Ne. Mui Ne was once a little fishing town, but has now turned into a gorgeous beach resort town. Tourists come here to windsurf, kitesurf, and sail. But Mui Ne also has a unique attraction that you won't find anywhere else in Vietnam. That would be the natural red sand dunes. They lie outside the town between towering orange limestone formations. Here you can practice sand sledding, you can rent a dune buggy, or you can meditate. There is a slow-moving warm stream that is very shallow. It leads to an exquisite waterfall. Mui Ne is also dipped in historic wonders. You can wander the ruined Po Shanu Cham Towers. They are the last remnants of the Cham Empire, which oversaw the area many centuries ago. But Mui Ne is not very well known compared to other beach destinations in Vietnam. That makes this town quiet with pristine beaches and attractions to enjoy. That makes it even better. Hanoi. Hanoi is the capital of Vietnam and travelers love coming here. But it's important to know that Hanoi is very polluted, and it's noisy with motorbikes and street vendors. Some travelers get overwhelmed by these things. But if you're looking for a busy, real-life experience, then Hanoi is the right place for you. Hanoi's Old Town Quarter has a dilapidated charm. The museums are outstanding. The Vietnam Fine Art Museum and the Vietnam Museum of Ethnology show the diverse artistry of this country. Then the Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum pays tribute to the founder of modern Vietnam. You won't get bored for even a second in Hanoi. Sapa. Sapa is a great place to visit if you wish to escape busy cities. Sapa is an old hill station. Its countryside is surrounded by rice fields and jagged peaks of the Hoang Lian Mountains. Fancy Pan Mountain is the tallest peak. Visitors come here to hike and trek all year long. The mountain views are spectacular. Sapa has deep valleys home to the country's diverse mix of minorities, including the Zai, Hmong, and Red Zao people. This is the ultimate tribal experience. Ba Bi National Park. Last of all, you just have to visit the Ba Bi National Park. This place is stunning and tranquil with its 3 interlinked Ba Bi lakes. These lakes are rimmed with jagged peaks and forested slopes. The Ba Bi National Park is perfect for tourists looking for a peaceful vacation. There are boat trips available and also kayaks that you can take on the lake. These trips allow you to explore the nearby caves with stalactites and stalagmites. But this park is also fun for travelers wanting to hike or trek the hills between ethnic minority villages. You get to sleep in traditional stilt house homestay accommodation next to the lake shore. Ba Bi National Park is the most peaceful spot in all of Vietnam. You have to spend some quality time there. Thanks for watching our video. There are so many things to do in all of Vietnam, it's almost impossible to choose. But these places we've talked about today should be high up on your list if you're planning on traveling to this magical country. Feel free to let us know in the comments below which places in Vietnam you would like to visit and why.